Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to an exciting video. So as you can probably tell by the title, today finally I'm fitting my coilovers. So they've been sat in my shed since May, we're now in October. So yeah, they're finally getting fitted, guys. I don't really know what to say, I just can't believe it's happening, to be honest with you. So the backs are already on. So this is technically day 2, but day 1 corrupted, as I mentioned on a previous video when my SD card just decided to die. So we've got the rears on. They've been dropped 30, I want to say 35 mil, and they've settled quite nicely. You will see them when we get to the place that we're going to fit my fronts. So they are fully adjustable coilovers. Well, I say fully adjustable. Adjustable in height, so you can set the height. I've got new drop links that go with it, and also I've bought separately. I've also bought some new top mounts, but depending on how it goes, I might get some adjustable top mounts, so I can put some camber in it if needs be. But that'll be more when I actually get on a track, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. Right now I'm just going to get the stance of the car set how I wanted it. We've got 10mm wheel spacers going on there, and we've got some extended wheel nuts, so hopefully it's going to look quite good. Excuse all the rubbish in the back. I was meant to be doing a tip run, but we're going to my brother's house now, and he's doing a tip run over the weekend in his van. So he said to me, as long as we get down early enough to his house to do this, which it is currently 8:46, so 8:45 in the morning, he said I can chuck it all in the back of his van, save me having to go to tip, and yeah, he's going to get rid of it for me. So that lot's in the back. In the boot is my coilovers, the jack and an axle stand, because we're just doing one corner at a time. So yeah, hopefully guys, we're gonna get some footage of getting this all off. So I have actually got a clip on my phone from day 1 of us doing it, what explains the tools and everything that's needed for doing the rears. The rears is pretty straightforward, to be fair. It didn't take as long at all, and it literally takes, it's what, the wheel off and one bolt, and you can adjust the height, which is a 19mm. So honestly guys, it's so easy to do, adjusting the height. Got the C-spanners for the front to adjust the front as well, because obviously they work on two locking caps to set the height. So we're going to get the fronts on today. They are Stance Plus Ultras, which is their top of the range one. I will try and leave a link in the description if I remember when editing this up. But no, the suspension kit themselves, it's 300 quid. They are off eBay, but everybody that I know that's ran Stance Plus suspension have been very happy with it. I have also reached out to Stance UK to see if I can sell their products through RGM Performance as well. So hopefully that will yet come, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So yeah guys, I will catch up with you when we're there, we're all set up. I'll show you the coilovers, what they look like before we put them on the car, and then we'll just go from there. Alright, so I'll see you shortly. So, we're stripping the first one down now. I've just put the mount in for the new lowering spring. Just getting the top mount screws out now, so we can drop that out. And then, time for the new strut to go in. So I will update you guys when we've got it on, and yeah, we'll go from there. So that's the front, fully adjustable. Little C-spanners that came with it. Wheel off. Old struts come out. And we're laughing. So guys, we are on the other side now. What you don't actually know is we're on day 4 because everything is seized. Pinch bolt down there, the strut mount bolts, drop link. So I've ended up buying all new hardware. I didn't even document the first 3 days because it was just a lot of effing and blinding and everything else. So I've bought all new hardware and got a grinder and a rip saw. But obviously I know the car's up in the air, but it just shows you now how it fills the arch out a lot better. But what I'll do, once we've got this side on and back on the floor, I'll show you the full stance and everything else, but this is coming out. So guys, the coilovers, they're finally fitted. Sorry, I'm just leaving the local Seat dealership, just been in for a exhaust gasket so that I can refit my decat. That arrives tomorrow because apparently a MK2 requires special orders now for special cars. But that's a story for another day. Because to be fair, they have helped me, but when I went in the other day, honestly, it was a nightmare. No one had a clue what I was on about. All I wanted was an exhaust gasket for the top of my downpipe. But yeah, never mind about that. Anyway, they've sorted it out. Great service. Sam's helped me out a lot. So Sam, if you are watching this, because you did comment that you've seen my car and that you know a bit. So if that's the case, then hope you're watching, and yeah, thank you for all of your help, and Ian as well for sorting that out. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Where was we? Right, coilovers. They've been fitted. You guys have pretty much seen none of it because it was actually the most stressful experience of my life. I honestly cannot even begin to explain what on earth happened. So the back coilovers, they actually got fitted about a month before the fronts, because they got fitted before my MOT, because my rear dampers was leaking, and it turns out, we didn't know until we took them off. I knew about the shocker leaking, which was the main reason for me wanting to fit it, but it turned out when we took them off, I also had 2 broken springs on the back, which I wasn't expecting, so that saved an MOT fail as well. So we started fitting the fronts, as you've sort of briefly seen from the previous clips. We started fitting the fronts about a month afterwards. Now them fronts took 4 days. 4 days to install, because every nut, every bolt was rusted, rounded, seized in. Oh, it was a nightmare. So the driver's side actually took us 3 days to get off. Now I'll go through all the bolts with you, and I'll go through the tools that you need to take them on and off. But what I do recommend is you get all new hardware. Have all new top mount bolts, new pinch bolt, new drop links, the lot. Because on the driver's side, the pinch bolt head snapped off when we tried undoing that. So that just wrote that off, left the full bolt in there, threaded in the lot, just the head come off. So that had to get drilled out so far, and then we managed to double nut it and pull that out. The top mount bolts, obviously because they're in a captive nut on the top mount, by the looks of it, I don't think the top mounts have ever been changed on it, so they've been in there for 10 years. The minute you started trying to crack them, the captive nuts just ripped out, and the captive nuts was like domed bottoms, so there wasn't actually a socket or or a spanner that you could grip in there. And not only that, they want enough space to really get like mole grips or anything like that in there to be able to grab them. So on the driver's side, we ended up cutting the spring to pieces on the car to try and get up there and get some on it. That didn't work, so we ended up taking the bonnet off. Bonnet, scuttle panel, washer jets, had to strip all that off. Lift up the panel that's at the front where the top mounts are, which I will show you when I'm parked up and can show you the car all fully stanced out. And we ended up having to get a reciprocating saw and cut the heads off them bolts and just drop the full shock out, still top mounted up, still bolted up. Same with the drop links, they'd seized in. The Allen key bolt inside was rounded, so you couldn't put the Allen key in to hold the thread. So I had to cut that off, had to grind that off. Oh, it was a nightmare. Luckily, with the Stance Plus Ultra coilovers for the track use, you do get new drop links with it. Now them drop links do limit you to up to a 40mm drop. Now, when you see my car, I've dropped it 35 and it looks quite good. So I won't worry too much about going too low, guys. I've got mine low enough, but you can still clear speed bumps, then like mini half humps in the road, that sort of thing. So yeah, it is a good height where it's not catching. However, I ain't got a splitter or anything on yet, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Mud flaps do catch, but you'll see how low the mud flaps are to the floor anyway when we get out of the car. But yeah, honestly guys, it was just a nightmare. Be prepared, have all your tools, have backups of tools, because we snapped spanners, split sockets. It was a nightmare, and ended up, as I say, getting the grinder and the recip saw out to be able to get all the nuts off. Then we had to go and find somewhere that sold high tensile steel bolts and nuts and washers to be able to replace everything. So that's why it took so long. But guys, I will say it was worth it. It really was worth it. Me and my brother-in-law, who's got the Civic Type R, we fitted him, and it was just, even he said, we cut our hands and all sorts trying to do it, slipping off spanners and punching brake discs and stuff, and even he was like, the pain was worth it, because it's got 10mm spacers on as well, so it's spaced out and dropped. And to me, how the car is sat now is how it should have left the factory. So Seat, Cupra, whoever you are now, if you're listening, lower the cars, give them that sports stance that's still usable, because by God, they look so much better. And nothing looks different nowadays from a Cupra to a Leon FR to whatever. Like, I ain't even going on to that subject, but yeah, they look great. The install of putting the new shock in was bliss. It was in, tightened up, set up in about 10 minutes. Honestly, it was so easy to fit, very well made, I might add. Easy to adjust. The access to do it is easy. It's just a case of jack it up, take the wheel off, and you're straight there at the cup, to be able to get your 2C spanners on and crack it off. So yeah, that part of it is an absolute dream. So honestly, it's great. I know this bit's a bit of a waffle and stuff, but you'll have seen little snippets, and I don't know how much of it, because I haven't edited it up yet, I don't know how much of it makes sense, which is why I'm doing this bit. But yeah, it's honestly, it was such a nightmare, but it's been lowered. Right, I need to double check the back, because I want your guys' opinion on this. The back, I believe, is lower than the front, and I don't want it that way, but I think the back is lowered 37.5mm and the fronts are only 35. But it's all gonna have to get re-raised anyway when it goes in for remap to get on the dyno, and then it'll get set properly and aligned and everything else, but because it's going in for remap soon and I ain't doing many miles in it, when I say many, I mean I've done 72 mile, 72.4 mile in 3 weeks ish. Like, the car's not moving at all, guys. I don't need it, but yeah, as I say, I think the back is currently lower than the front. It definitely looks it. The back does need raising, but I ain't too worried about that just yet. But yeah, what you want for this, guys: 3 new top mount bolts, new top mounts, new drop links, new pinch bolt. I think that was it. But either way, guys, like, yeah, just have all new hardware. To be fair, it's going to make it a lot easier if you ever want to take it apart again to put standard suspension back in, or if you change it up. It's just worth it. And I think all the bolts in total, just the bolts, I think they cost me about a £5 from a local, I want to say there was a bolt specialist store, because there was a nut and bolt shop, wasn't just any old hardware store, and they had all high tensile steel, 10.9 grade, which was on the car, and they also had 12 point something as well, which is what I've got on it now. So yeah, it was all definitely worth it. But yeah, I'm about to park up now, so without further ado, guys, let's get the cinematics on the road.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no.
So guys, there she is, all stanced up. Excuse the background noise, there's a busy road there and a building site here, but I love the background. So there she is. So as I was saying, guys, on the front, 35mm drop, so not too much. Look, if I just, now, is that not how a car is meant to look? Is that not how it should have left the factory? Like, come on guys, look at the way it's sat, perfect. And if I come over to the back, now I am parked on a bit of a funny angle actually, so this looks a lot higher. If I go to the other side, it's tucked right in, but that's because of the floor that I'm parked on, so excuse that. But yeah, so pop the hood. One sec, guys. Right, so in this cover here, don't know how well you can see, but that's your top mount. So in there, you've got 3 bolts, but they're going to captive nuts, so don't mess about with them, guys, just cut them off, in all honesty. I hope you enjoyed the cinematic. Let's just see. Now you can't really see much through the wheel at this side. Nah, can't really see. I'm going to show you the pinch bolt, but yeah, that is Coilovers Fitted. Now, I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope you agree that the car does look better. It is the big mod that's been due to come. If I just show you side. Now, the wheels, they're just tucked in. But by God, does it look so much better, honestly. I'm so chuffed with it, guys, I really am. Really, really am. I hope you agree that this is how it should have left the factory. Yeah, like, honestly, I just can't believe it. Cannot believe that my car finally looks, or it's starting to look, how I want it. So, next up will be remap. And then in the new year, I want to put a lowline kit on it. So I want front splitter, side skirts with extensions. I would like, these will be going after winter. I want to get some rear spats, and then I want to do the Cupra exhaust conversion, and I want an extended spoiler lip. Also guys, if you haven't already, head over to RGM Performance, rgmperformance.co.uk, VAG Performance Parts. Have a look on there, it's my company. By all means, take a look. If you can't find anything on there that you're looking for, message me. I do have Instagram, RGM Performance, and there is also a Facebook page as well, RGM Performance Limited. I will link everything down in the description. Go and have a look on there. I've been getting messages off a couple of people about exhausts and bits and pieces that I'm currently trying to sort out from at the minute. Also, a good example of a product that I sell. It's the Ram Air oversized induction kit for the 2 litre TFSI. Yeah, like, honestly guys, go hit it up. I am hoping to have merchandise in the new year as well, but we'll just have to see how that goes at the minute. Sorry, I keep looking at the car, but it's because of the stance and everything. But yeah, there she is. 35mm drop on the front, 37.5 at the back. But I think, in all honesty, I want to raise the back so that it actually is very similar to that, ready for track. But as I say, it needs to get set up properly and aligned anyway. But yeah, guys, it was the most stressful 4 days of my life, as I've already explained, but it was worth every minute, every second of that day just to get these fitted. They're not an expensive coilover kit either. I paid £300 for them off eBay. I love how it handles. It's a lot tighter and a lot stiffer, so I am going to contact Stance and try and get their products available for you guys on RGM Performance. So keep your eye out for that. Hopefully I can make something happen with that, because that would be fantastic. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you do take care. Sorry about this, I've got sun in my face. Hope you're staying safe and taking care during the second lockdown. But yeah, until the next time guys, stay safe.